Did I miss my dang brush? Why is it so difficult to spray the actual brush? Hey guys, welcome back. So I got a video for y'all today all about this palette right here. This is the Bad Habit Cult Mystere palette. Super pretty. So we are going to talk about the pricing, we'll look at the packaging, we'll look at some swatches, I'll talk to you guys about the formula of these shadows, and then my overall thoughts and impressions on this palette, and then I will also show you a tutorial on how I got this look right here, this very pink fun look. So yeah, let's get to it. So the price of this palette is $24 because it's part of Bad Habit's Luxe series, which is supposed to be a step up in quality from their other palettes. So it's supposed to be kind of like another level in their Luxe series. So this is part of the Luxe series, so $24. As far as packaging goes, this is what the outside sleeve looks like. Really pretty. This is a little bit raised here. It looks like it's been ripped, so very cool looking. This palette is supposed to be based on traditional Japanese culture is kind of the theme of this one specifically. This is what the palette itself looks like. Again, kind of raised in here, again, ripped looking, nice and sturdy feeling. As far as what you're getting in here, let me show you. You do get a nice mirror, which is great. So you get 6 of these shadows over here, which are, I never remember this, the pressed powders, which you're supposed to use a brush for best blendability. For a more intense payoff, use a dampened brush. And then these 4 amazing shades over here are the baked powders, which says for maximum payoff and shine, apply using a finger. I use a dampened brush for those personally, is how I like to apply them. But this is what you're getting. So overall, I didn't realize how deep this palette was gonna be. This is a very kind of dark, sultry palette just because there's quite a few darker shades in here, but then you do have some really fun, colorful shades. These are so pretty. Wait till you see the swatches. They are gorgeous. But as far as these over here, it just has kind of a smoky sort of a vibe to it. So it's kind of a combination of smoky and then colorful is what you're getting in here. So let's get to some swatches. Okay, starting at the top left side of the palette, this one is Shrine. This one is Shamisen. This is Kabuki Dance. This is Silk Kimono. This one is Sakura Blossom. This one down here is Lacquer Lush. This is Tea Ceremony. This is Plum Wine. This is Kintsugo. And this one is Maiko. Look at those duochromes. Wow. As far as the formula goes on these shadows and how they are to work with and my overall thoughts and impressions on this palette, so I do still find that the pressed powders are still very soft shadows. So they're still very workable, but you just have to be kind of delicate with them. You definitely do not need to swirl your brush in the pan. I mean, it's like you need to tap it, tap off your brush a lot. I'm just looking at like the swatch of this one. I have not played with this shadow on my eyes, but this one, when I even went to swatch it, I mean, there was just so much pigment to it that it was just too much. So I hadn't like gone like this with my finger when I was swatching it, but it just showed that you really have to be careful with these because there's just so much pigmentation to them and they are a soft formula. So you just don't need very much. You just need a tiny little bit, tap off your brush, and then you can absolutely work with them. So just know that about them. They are a soft sort of a formula. These over here, the baked powders, those are that kind of loosely packed, very loosely packed shimmery shade, but they are stunning. I mean, so gorgeous. Just look at them. I mean, they just catch the light and are so duochromy. I found them really easy to work with on the eyes by tapping off my brush and using a setting spray, something to help hold them together. So I would absolutely use a setting spray or a glitter glue with them. I would press them into your eyes. Don't swipe them. Don't go blending like this. They really just have to be pressed in because they are that loosely packed sort of a formula. But if you do all those things, I really didn't have a challenging time working with them, and they just look stunning on the eyes. So yeah, overall thoughts and impressions on this palette. I actually really, really like this one. I think because of these beautiful pinky maroony shades, I would like it more if there were fewer deep shades in here. I understand that this is a dupe, that they were trying to dupe something else, but I would have just loved the color scheme a little bit more if there were maybe like a couple of blending shades and maybe just one darker shade, you know, if I'm just like talking about what sort of things are in here. But overall, these right here really, really make me like this palette a lot. I would love it more if it were more in the like 14, 16 sort of a range, but I understand that this is supposed to be kind of a step up. And I do think that those sparkly shimmery shades really are something special and different. So I actually really, really like this palette a lot. I don't know that it's gonna be one of my like grab it all the time and use it on the regular, but I do think it's gonna be one of those fun ones to play around with. Like I can't wait to create a look with that one. That is so fun. So anywho, that's my overall thoughts and impressions on this palette. So now we're gonna get to the tutorial. Okay, so I've already applied some eyeshadow primer and set that. So first off, from my crease, there really isn't like a good crease shade in there for my skin tone. So I'm going to take this CoverGirl True Blend Serving Sculpt palette, and I'm going to use the bronzer in here for my crease shade. This still may be a little bit deep, but I think it'll work. Just going to apply this into my crease and transition area and blend this out. So I just want to go all in with these amazing pinky shades. So I'm gonna start with this one, which is Plum Wine. I'm gonna get that on a flat concealer brush. Tap off my brush a little bit. And then I'm going to spray my brush with some setting spray and build this up on my lid. Bringing this up into that crease shade, and I am just slightly bringing it into my crease just to kind of really blend those together well. That is so pretty. I'm gonna blend a little bit in my crease, and using this with a setting spray, I have like minimal fallout. I mean, if I look closely, maybe just a little bit over here, but it's very, very minimal. Now I'm gonna go into that same brush, just turned it around and wiped it off a little bit. So I'm gonna get some of Sakura Blossom. Tap off my brush because this is a more loosely packed, glittery shade. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, gonna spray it with my setting spray. And then I think I'm just gonna put this right in the middle of my lids. What do I wanna do? Yeah, I'm gonna put this right in here, and then I'm gonna put the lighter shade on the inner part. Pretty much do kind of a sultry eye where it's lighter on the inner part, or I do a halo eye where it's lighter right here. So either lighter there or lighter there. That's pretty much the eye looks that I do. And then sometimes a smoky eye. Wow, that's beautiful too. Oh my goodness. I love pinky shades, and these are beautiful pinky shades. Do have just a little bit of fallout, nothing major. Gonna wipe that away, kind of dust it off a little bit. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques detailer brush and get some of Silk Kimono on that brush. Kind of build that up, tap off my brush thoroughly. Use my setting spray, and then gonna put this on the inner part of my lids. Did I miss my dang brush? I tell you, why is it so difficult to spray the actual brush? Also gonna put a little bit of this on the inner corners of my eyes, which I'll probably add this back later, like after I do my concealer and all that jazz. So that's what happens when you don't tap off your brush. It's just too much product and too loosely packed. So I forgot. So I'm going in with a very wet brush and just kind of trying to press this into my lids so it doesn't go everywhere. And that's working well. I mean, just wanted to show you that's what happens when you forget. I want to go back in with a little bit more of my crease shade and a smaller brush. This is a Cozette D220. And I want to bring this a little bit higher so you can really see that color up above my crease. Now I'm going to take a small crease brush and get some of Kabuki Dance. Get that on that brush, and then apply some of this, tap off my brush, apply some of this in my outer corner. I'm not applying a ton, I just like a little bit of dimension and shape out there. Just applying a tiny little bit and pressing lightly. I wish you could like feel how lightly I press when I'm trying to really blend well and not overtake an eye look. It's really about not pressing hard, just really lightly. And then as you blend out, like as you get to the area that you want to soften it, just get lighter and lighter where you just barely touch. Now I'm going to apply some liner and mascara to my upper lash line and upper lashes. So I'm going to use my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper and my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I'll do that and I'll be right back. Went ahead and applied some concealer, powder, and bronzer. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to get some of Kabuki Dance on a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. Tap that off a lot and then run this along my lower lash line. I think I want to bring in some of this amazing sparkle to my lower lash line too. So I'm going to use this little brush. This is from CVS. I'm going to get some of Sakura Blossom on that. Kind of swirl my brush in it, get it all over the brush, tap off. I am going to spray my brush. And I'm going to put this kind of in the middle of my lower lash line. Then on that same brush, I'm going to get some of Silk Kimono. And again, kind of twirl my brush in it, get it all over the end of that. Tap off, spray it, and then apply some of this on the inner, kind of like inner third of my lower lash line, right in here. I don't know if you can hear a saw or whatever, but my neighbor is apparently doing a house project. So he's all into using the power tools right now. And now I'm just going to finish off with some CoverGirl Clump Crusher on my lower lashes. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video. So hope that you really enjoyed it and hope it was helpful for you. Please do a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below if you've tried out this palette. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that it's worth $24? What do you think about these colors in here? What do you think about the sparkly shades? I just love chatting with you guys about makeup. So let me know your thoughts down below. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!